In today's video, we are showcasing a whole bunch of USA-made knives. Do not skip ahead, otherwise you will miss something. These are going to go by very fast. Let's get it.
Holla, why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, now hold your breath and face your
Starting it off, we have the TRM Bulldog. It is a compact knife in 20 CV steel liners with G10 scales. Very comfortable in the hand, incredible action. It has a deep carry inset titanium clip. This kind of reminds me of the TRM Shadow. It's just a little bit smaller with a hole deployment instead of thumb studs, but awesome knife all the way around. Now this next one is their fixed blade, the Redline. This is the TRM Redline. Beautiful micarta scales, red G10 liners underneath the micarta, 20 CV steel. It's a very robust blade, so this is going to be a tough blade with great edge retention, you know, being 20 CV, and it has a leather sheath. Now the next one is a little sneak peek. This is the new version of the FLN between me and Kel Knives. Now this one's much slicier with a deep hollow grind. We have a hole inside the blade, which not only looks aggressive, but it's going to help the sheath be that much better. We're going to be running AEBL and then some in ADCRV2. Then we have the Tops Knives MSF-G, a folding knife from Tops, an LMAX steel, G10 scale, steel liner lock, and it is a flipper. A little bit of a lighter detent, but it definitely has, you know, a good flipping action if you give it some gas. Give it some gas, maybe a little bit of wrist action, but deep carry clip, and it's just a little compact folding pocket knife made in the USA by Tops. But Tops is known for their fixed blades. So let's check out one of their fixed blades. So this is something that they've been known for. Like, this is something that's in their arsenal that everybody kind of knows, and that's the Fieldcraft. The Fieldcraft is one of their most known models. It is a heavy duty, I would call somewhat of like a camp knife, an outdoors knife, something you could definitely be very, very tough on, very hard on. And it does come with a fire striker and a whistle on the sheath. The sheath works really, really well. The micarta is some of the best micarta. I mean, I love this micarta. The handle is extremely comfortable in the hand. Then next we have the Dawson. This is the Shephard Gen 2, and it is pretty damn cool. This is the first time I'm getting to try these guys. They have a ton of different models. This one falls under their hunting category, I believe, but it is like a tactical fixed blade. It has a nice deep hollow grind on it. It's very thick blade stock, so it's nice and tough and slicey at the same time. Has an attitude adjuster in the back. The scales are beautiful, has a copper finish. The sheath works incredibly well. And so far from, getting to experience it just this little bit before really, really testing it out, I'm liking this thing. This thing's pretty damn cool. I really like the copper color on the blade and the handle. I don't know if I think it's like a mixture between G10 and micarta. I'm not 100% on that, but it's really cool. Next is from Woox. Now, Woox is not entirely USA made. This axe specifically is USA and Italian made. Their knives, I believe, are mostly Italian made, but they might also have some American made parts on them. I'm not positive. But the axe, very heavy duty. The handle is a micarta, and it's got these slits cut into them that give it a lot of grip. It basically has a hammer on the back, very heavy duty. Next, we have one of their knife models. Now, this is the Bad Boy Hunter. It's running D2 steel at 60 HRC, and it's somewhat of a hunting knife, I guess you say. It's a Bad Boy Hunter. The jimping's very aggressive. This has that same micarta that was on the axe with the slits. You can see how they're cut out. It makes it very grippy in the hand. And like I said, the jimping is very aggressive as well, so it locks in really nicely. You can definitely get some good skinning cuts done with this. The leather, I believe, is all Italian made as well. Then we have another fixed blade from Woox. Now this one is the Rock 62 in Sleipner steel, and it has their walnut, I believe it's their walnut handles, and this one is kind of an EDC knife slash, you know, whatever you want to use it for knife, camp knife, hunting knife, you know, all-terrain knife, whatever. It does have robust geometry, so it's going to be tough while also being a fairly good cutter. The edges were not the sharpest on these, but, you know, I sharpen, so it doesn't matter. Next, we have TRM Knives. Now, the TRM Knives, man, I'm loving these guys. This is a titanium integral, and in my opinion, these are priced extremely, extremely well when you consider USA made, integral, button lock, you know, and all that good stuff. It has incredible action, and their button lock is a unique style button lock. The pivot actually spins when the blade's opening and closing. It's all connected. It's like one system. Go watch my full video on these. This is another one of their knives, and this one has an aluminum integral handle with carbon fiber inlays. But like I said, go watch the full video on these. These guys are really, really cool. Detent is solid, very ergonomic. It's a great high-end USA made knife that has incredible action and just, you know, is a bit more modern to 2025. The next knives are from Auxiliary. Now, these are compact knives. This one in particular, having the Wharncliffe blade, has this wrapped handle with stingray skin. So underneath the wrap is stingray skin, just like you'd see on like a Japanese katana. Now, this is pretty cool. I consider this somewhat of like a self-defense knife. The Kydex sheath works great. Here's another example, but this one's a drop point with G10 scale, slight recurve on it. These are thick and robust. So these are knives that you could definitely be very tough on. If you like a compact concealable knife that you could pry with and just do stupid things with, these are definitely what you're looking for. This is their pocket buoy, and I really like the G10 on this one. It's their Ivory Mojave G10, I believe, and the blade is in AEBL. I love AEBL. Like I said, though, these are very robust. This one's definitely a self-defense knife in my opinion. I guess you could use it for skinning though. Next we have the new zero tolerance 0512. The 0512 is an automatic, and it's running crew wear steel, which I freaking love. I do have a full video on this if you want to check it out. I did mirror polish the edge. Titanium. Well, one side of the knife is titanium. The other side has steel liners with micarta. Now, this is another one of their automatics. This is the new Iridium, the USA-made launch Iridium. So they have their launch series knives. So this falls right into their launch series, and it's another great knife from Kershaw, man. This one's running Magna Cut steel, and they do a good job with their Magna Cut steel. This will also come in a sheep's foot version as well. Solid aluminum handles, very, very smooth to close, but a nice hard hitting opening. Now this one is their new manual button lock, the 0044. Now the 0044, like I said, manual button lock action, amazing, amazing action. S45 VN steel. We have titanium scales. I love the green accents between the button lock and the standoff on the back. This is an incredible knife and one of my all-time favorite zero tolerance knives. I can't wait to see what else they have this year. Then we have the CRKT Twist Tie in Magna Cut steel double-edged blade, and this thing has some beautiful fat carbon fiber. It looks like it's splattered, and if you really look at it as not only green accents but blue accents as well, it's just incredible looking. And then it has an aluminum side, and like I said, double-edged dagger style blade with an OTF double action automatic action. Very smooth, very snappy, very easy to deploy. This is definitely a good one for people that don't like the super strong springs in their OTFs. Very smooth. Anybody can deploy, you know, to open and close this knife. Sometimes OTFs come with very, very strong springs and can be a little tough to open and close. Here's another one. Now, this is the Mini Hera from Microtech. This is running their steel, the M390 MK steel. And it has aluminum scales with a, I believe it's a titanium clip. I might be wrong about that, but it has the ceramic ball in it. And again, very soft action. Some of the Microtechs have really strong springs. This one's definitely tuned down a bit and made to be a lot smoother, a lot easier to open and close. Like Hera, my lovely wife, she has no problem opening and closing this. I can open and close it with my pointer finger, which really says that, you know, the spring's not too strong. Then here we have a Terzola design with Protech. Now this one's been out for a little while. This one was a Blade HQ exclusive. There's a bunch of different options from this. I recently got it right before 2025, so I wanted to show it in this video because Protech makes some of the most hardest hitting out the side knives you can buy. Zero tolerance definitely is competing with that, the 05, was it the 0512? That is a very hard hitting knife too, but Protech definitely takes the cake when it comes to powerful opening. Now here's a manual knife, a manual button lock knife from Protech, the TR3 Integrity. Now the Integrity comes in different versions as well. This one, like I said, is the manual version, and they did a really good job with the button lock action. Phenomenal detent. The thumb studs are really nice, really grippy. I do have videos on both of these models if you want to check it out. Aluminum scales, 35 VN blade steel on this one. And yeah, just an awesome, awesome knife. And next we have a knife from Machine Wise. I am loving this company. This is a manual button lock action knife. Came with this mirror polished edge, by the way. This is how it came. It has a titanium integral handle. Yes, an integral with beautiful machining. These come in all different types of machine patterns and colors, and just endless options. And to me, this is beautiful. I love the way the pivot, you know, and the button looks, the way it's machined out, even down to the clip. I love the look of the clip. Everything about this thing, I love. I think this thing's amazing. Now, I can't wait to try more knives from this company because this is the only knife I've ever tried from them. But if their other knives have anything like this, I know I'm going to love them. So can't wait to try some more. Next, we have a knife from Tactile Knives. Now, the Tactile Knives, they have a bunch of stuff coming in 2025. This in particular came out right before 2025. This is their slip joint, and it's an awesome model, man. I like this clip point blade. It has a clip point that it has a really good look to it, in my opinion. I'm not even a big clip point fan, but this thing is very aggressive looking. Magna cut steel, titanium scales, side cut section, micarta inlay. Yeah, awesome, awesome knife. The Tactile Ranger is made in Texas. And next we have some knives from Kel. We showed the Kel collaboration earlier. Now here is some of Kel's models. Now this is a Wharncliffe, and the G10 scales have finger grooves cut into them. Now they're not the biggest finger grooves, but my goodness, do you lock in. Like, this thing's very easy to manipulate in the hand. You feel like you'll never slip out of anything or slip up the blade or whatever. It's a very tough feeling knife that's very ergonomic. The sheaths are incredible. He does a really good job with his Kydex sheaths. And this one's the Wharncliffe, but we have a drop point version coming up that I'm going to show you guys. But these are tactical knives. They typically run very, very tough steels, ADCRV2 or AEBL, at least for right now. I'm sure he's going to use other stuff in the future. This drop point version has the same handle, so you're going to lock in just the same. Very, very ergonomic, and these are robust knives. These are ready for action.
Hello.